and we have started the recording. So thank you, Hemu sir. So now in this class, I will be just giving you an overview what is F5 and what all things we'll be teaching in this and what is all in this combo. Like we will be starting a combo batch of F5 plus Palo Alto firewall from 31st of July. So today I will be giving you overview so that you can decide on how we teach and you can decide and enroll accordingly. So I will not go much on that detail. Let's go further onto course content. So everyone nowadays are asking about what would be the course agenda. First of all, either you can visit our website, cnets.com. The same thing is there on that website. Otherwise, I will be telling you in just an overview what all things we'll be covering in this 31st July batch. So we will be going with first topic, F5 introduction. Like you, everyone knows that F5 is a company who has a load balancer, and load balancer has different technologies. One is LTM product, one is GTM, one is ASM, and the last one is APM. So these are the core technologies. We have other products, but these are the more preference technologies in industry which we are using it. So F5 is a company and big IP is a product. So there is a confusion like what is big IP and what is F5. So F5 is just a company who has introduced a product line which is called big IP, and big IP has a product which is called LTM, GTM, ASM, and APM. So these are the four technologies which nowadays every company is introducing. Second one, after that, we will be covering about initial setup. So I will be just giving you an overview. We will be discussing this in detail. Then we will be talking about what is virtual server, pool members. So these are the initial introduction, like how we start it, how we configure it. So we will be configuring everything. What is virtual server? What is pool member? So people have questions like, will it be an initial course or do we require any pre-request? So we will be starting this course from scratch. So don't worry. If someone is new to this technology, I'll be starting from basic, like what is load balancer, why it is required. Then we will be covering about profiles, health monitors, UCS backup, upgrades, everything. So I will be going detail, I will be showing you. So profiles, we will be covering everything in profile, starting from TCP layer, HTTP layer, HTTPS. So these are the three profiles which are very, very important. If you want to become good in load balancer, you need to be good in this profiles, TCP, HTTP, and HTTPS. So HTTPS is also known as secure socket layer. So we will be covering everything in detail. Next topic which we will be covering in detail is health monitor. So health monitor is also a very crucial stage. So I will be covering what is health monitor, what are the different product in health monitor like ICMP, TCP, HTTP, what is the difference between them and how we configure it and why health monitor is required. What is the agenda? So I'll be showing you through pictures later on the slides. Next thing we will be covering is load balancing algo. So people have heard about different load balancing algo, round robin, observed, ratio base. So we will be covering everything in detail. So this course is basically I have decided based on the production rather than going into theory part. So agenda I have just introduced, but there are a lot of things which I will be covering. I will be showing you that in detail. So we will be covering NAT and SNAT. This is very, very important. Every interview, this question is asked. Like, what is the difference between SNAT? Why SNAT is required? What is difference between NAT versus SNAT? So SNAT has different things. This is just a lot basic. So if I talk about SNAT, we will be covering SNAT AutoMap. We will be covering SNAT pool. And what is the 4 use cases of SNAT? So everyone knows about like SNAT is used for asymmetric routing, but why it is required. Next important topic, according to exam point of view, or suppose you need to troubleshoot any issues in your production environment, command line is very, very important. So in our class, we will be covering how to configure different technologies through GUI and CLI. So most of the things we will be covering through GUI, and troubleshooting part we will be covering through CLI, because CLI is very important in F5. Either you are upgrading, you need to take any troubleshooting, or either you need to take any Wireshark. So in this course, there is an addition thing which we'll be adding is Wireshark. So Wireshark means we will be seeing how to configure Wireshark, how to do TCP dump. Let's say if some URL is not working, how we can troubleshoot why it is not working. So TCP dump, we will be covering in detail. Then we will see another important part, which is called device service clustering. This is called high availability. So we will be covering both the scenarios. One is active passive and one is active active. So we will be covering both the scenarios. So most of the things, most of the industry is using active passive, but we will be covering both. I will be explaining you theory plus practical both. Then we will be covering how to upgrade F5. What are the issues which can be occur when we are doing upgrade, and how we will troubleshoot. So we will see how to upgrade through GUI and CLI. And I will be showing you practically like how we upgrade F5 in active passive mode. And what are the prerequisites we need to take. So people, when you give any interview or you are in production, you need to know what are the prerequisites. So customer will ask you, well, there would be any impact when we upgrade. So you should know that. Then there will be a 3 hours course special on troubleshooting. So I will be discussing about 20 scenarios so that you can be aware. So when you go to any organization or you give any interview, so first 5 questions they asked is what are the day-to-day things you are covering in F5? What you have done so far in F5? Can you please explain me 5 troubleshooting issues which you have troubleshoot so far? So I will be covering everything in detail. Then we will be covering I rules. So right now I rules have become obsolete. Now the new technology with Skill Inspirational Academy has introduced with F5 is local traffic policy. So most of the people are not know about that. They know about I rules, but they don't know about local traffic policy. So local traffic policy is same like I rule, but it is easy. Now you don't need to do much programming. You can configure everything through local traffic policies. Then we will be covering about certification tips. Like F5 certification starts when, so we have 101, 201, 301, 302, 303, and 304. So I will be covering these 3 in detail. So once you give this exam, you can just check what are the other technologies. So I will be covering this in detail. Second thing, what I will be most people are asking about, what is high health? What is QK view? So we will be covering everything in detail. So let's jump into our website where you can also check what is the course content in detail. So you can download the course from this website, sianets.com. You can just go to courses and click on F5 LTM ADC and you can download this course. Just download it and you will be presented with the course content. So here you will see detailed course. So don't worry guys, people will say, I have some people who ask me like what all things are covered. So don't worry, we will be covering everything in detail. So this is just I covered basics. But if you want to go into detail, you can go. So this course is more than 26 plus hours. It's not like that I will be covering in 5 hours or 10 hours. So my course or Hemu sir course is more than 30 hours. So we will be covering everything in detail. I'm not going much into this. You can just download and see what I will be covering. So in traffic processing, what I will cover, everything is detailed. What is virtual server? What is traffic flow? So everything is in detail. Okay, next slide, please. Let's jump into next slide. Most important question when people ask me, they call me and they tell me, sir, is there any prerequisite to learn F5? So you just need to know these three technologies: OSI model, basic Linux. So this is required or not required. This will be helpful on CLI. So F5 runs on Linux. That's why if you have good background on Linux, you will be able to troubleshoot issues in detail. Otherwise, don't worry. I will be sharing you all the things. Like what are the most common CLI commands which we use in industry. Third thing is you just need to know networking. What is VLAN? What is interface? Just a basic knowledge on networking part. You don't need to know much rest things. So these are the three prerequisites. Linux, you can just ignore it. If you are good, if you are from networking background, then you don't require anything in advance. So you just need to know OSI layer and networking basics. That's it. Let's come. Nupur, can you jump into next slide? So first of all, let's understood what are the product lines on F5. First one I covered is LTM, Local Traffic Manager. So this is the first technology which I will be covering in this course. So we have other modules also which we cover, but this is the basic module which everyone should know. Nowadays, every organization is using Local Traffic Manager. Another product which is in industry very demanding is DNS, which is called GTM, Intelligent DNS. Another module is called WAF, ASM. We have few more modules, which is called Advanced Firewall Manager, which works on layer 4. And now the three more technologies which have been introduced is SSL Orchestra, DDoS, and Advanced Routing Module. Suppose you need to run BGP or an routing module. So you should have license of Advanced Routing Module. So don't worry, I will give you basics understanding of all the modules, but in detail, we will be covering this module, Local Traffic Manager. We do have courses for ASM, GTM, WAF. Next slide, please. So next one, guys, we will be covering is, let's jump. What is load balancer? Why F5 has introduced this product? So I will not go into theory part. Let's jump into diagram. So I will be showing you, my first question to everyone is, what is load balancer? So let's jump directly into that. I will not go much into theory. So guys, first thing is, what is load balancer? So everyone knows that we are talking about F5. We have other products also like Citrix, Redware, but here we will be talking about load balancer, which is called F5. So first of all, you should know that you need to understand what is load balancer, how it works, and how F5 have make it intelligent. So let's jump directly into pictorial representation. So guys, we have two traffic flow. First, I will be talking about layer 3 to layer 4 sample flow. Then I will be jumping into layer 7. So guys, we are talking about this one. This is called server load balancer. And now in F5 term, this is called load balancer. So first traffic. So before going into that, let me first introduce load balancer, just a basic so that you can just understood. So first of all, load balancer is just a reverse proxy, which means if I draw in a diagram, so load balancer comes into picture. Let's say we have an internet, then we have in F5, then we have server. Right now we don't have F5. I'm just talking about server load balancer. So client would come from internet to server load balancer, and server load balancer will forward request to server one. But what is the drawback here, guys? First of all, you need to understand what is load plus balancer. Why the term is given load plus balance, which means if I talk about load means there are thousands of users who are accessing website. But let's say I have only one server in picture. So all request will come from client. It will go to server load balancer, and server load balancer will just forward the traffic to server one, which is called credential load balancer. I'm not talking about F5 right now, guys. I'm just talking about server load balancer. So here, what is the disadvantage, guys? Disadvantage is when 1,000 users will access your website, your server will get load, right? Let's say server has a capacity of 500 connections, but connections are coming 1,000. Then this server will get 100% utilized, which means this will not able to handle more 500 connection. So that is a disadvantage, correct? Your request is coming from client. So if I talk about your request will come from client, client will go to server load balancer, and server load balancer will go to the server. So in this picture, so I will draw two scenarios now. One is internet. We are talking about server load balancer. Then we talk about server one. In this case, we will have server one. Another technology where I will introduce intelligent load balancer, which is called F5. Here I will have server one, server two, server three. So guys, can you see this? Let's say 1,000 users connects to google.com or sianets.com. So in this case, every request will go to server one, but server should have a capability, right, to handle this 1,000 users. But this server says I can only handle 500 users. So then, sorry. So then server will come into picture. Server says that I cannot handle more than 500 users. In that case, company reaches out to us and they say that I need to install a device who can handle my 1,000 connections, who can handle my 2,000 connections, who can handle my 3,000 connections, or it can be 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs. So in that case, when you get a proposal from customer, you will say, yes, I have a device which is called F5. who can handle unlimited number of connections, depends on your model number. So what happened guys in this case? It will have distribution of load. So guys, you need to understand this, right? Every company, once you give interview or you have challenge, you should first understand what is load balancer. So this is the definition of a load balancer. If someone asks you what is load balancer, so load balancer is a device who can handle multiple connections together, and it will distribute load between server 1, server 2, server 3. So it depends on your application team how they want to load balance. So in this case, let's say 1,000 connection comes. So 200 connections will be load here, 200 will be here, 200 will be here. Depends on load balancing algo. So this is the basic introduction of a load balancer. Now let's jump into more definition which I was talking about. So see, load balancer is a device that acts as a proxy and distribute traffic across a number of servers. So basically that is first of the advantage which we talk about. Now let me talk about another advantage of a load balancer. Let's say we have internet, then we have F5, then we have server 1, server 2, and server 3. So guys, I'm just taking only few servers. You can have multiple servers behind F5. So guys, first advantage we have seen that load balancer. Load balancing is first advantage of F5. Now, what is the second requirement? So if someone asks you why I need to install F5, you need to know, right? Before jumping into profiles, health monitors, upgrades, you need to understand basics. If you know the basics, you can clear n number of interviews, you can configure anything, and you can stand in front of customer. Second advantage is availability. My customer says that I want my application sianets.com 24 into 7 accessible. There should be no outage. 24 into 7 means I'm paying you for 100% availability of my website. Let's say I have a customer. Okay, he comes to me, he is a happy customer. He comes to me and he says that, hey, Skilled Inspirational Academy, can you deploy a load balancer who can handle multiple connections, who can increase my availability? I want my application to be 24 into 7. It's my banking application. My users are 24 into 7. So I need to understand, is there any device who can do that? So I will happily say that, yes, sir, I can deploy F5, which will make sure that your application will be 24 into 7 available. So how F5 will, so you definition you can study in internet. What are the advantage of load balancer? But what is availability? How F5 makes sure that your application is 24 into 7 available. So in that case, there is a concept which comes into picture is health monitor. So health monitor will track, let's say this server goes down. Okay, in that case, your application will be still up because your server 2, server 3 will be up. But I don't want my F5 to send traffic to my down server. So there should be some mechanism, right, guys? How F5 will come to know that this server is down, down, down. So you need to understand there is a phenomena or a technology which F5 has introduced, which is called health monitor. So health monitor is a phenomena which will track which server is up, which server is down. so that your application is 24/7 available. So this is a great advantage of your health monitor. And that is why F5 is known as load balancer, availability, scalability. So what are the another advantage? So let's jump into another figure where I will show you what are the advantage of load balancer. So let me jump into directly into another advantage. So I will quickly go through that. What are the features which F5 can do? So we have seen this load balancing. So load balancing means, let me draw a figure also quickly so that I can show you features here with the figure. So first we have internet, we have F5, and we have servers, S1, S2, S3. So we have covered load balancer. Load balance means some traffic will go to this server, some traffic will go to server 2, and some traffic will go to server 3. Another advantage of F5 is SSL offloading. So guys, nowadays everyone is accessing website on HTTPS, right? Because if some customer access website on HTTP, this is not a secure protocol. So we need to have some device who is capable to do SSL authentication, certificate authority. So let's say I have this server and I have F5. So I will create a HTTPS virtual server with 443. What does it means? All the traffic will first get encryption. So let me show you SSL offloading. So in this case, your client will access HTTPS website. It will go to, first there will be two traffic. One is client. So let me draw that quickly for you. We have client, we have F5, and we have server. So what does SSL offloading means? So this connection will be your encryption. This will be your encrypted session, and this session will be your unencrypted. So guys, we will cover F5 is known as a full proxy architecture. So I will cover in detail what is full proxy and what is SSL offloading in detail. So what does it means? When client access my website, your session will be encrypted, which means no one can hijack. So that is what client wants you, right? Client always want that their user should access website on HTTPS so that my website cannot get hacked. No one can hijack my session. So that is how load balancer do it. Another advantage of load balancer is full proxy. So let me tell you what is full proxy. Let's do it because most of the people, everyone should know what is full proxy. So F5 has introduced full proxy. So let me show you quickly what is full proxy and why it has been introduced. So guys, everyone knows what is proxy. Everyone knows what is forward proxy. Now we will talk about reverse proxy or full proxy architecture. So we have term about Zscaler. We have heard about McAfee. These all are called forward proxy. So forward proxy means your users want to connect to proxy and then it will go to internet. So when we were in college time, right, you were accessing websites. So at that time, your proxy has a limitation that you cannot open some websites, you cannot open gambling websites. So if someone wants to access it, so they want to whitelist that. So that is the role of a proxy. So proxy means there are two connection. One is from users to proxy and one is from proxy to internet. So that is what it's called forward proxy. But now there is a new term in F5 which is called forward proxy or full proxy. So F5 is known as reverse proxy, or you can say full proxy. Why it is known as full proxy? So there will be two separate connection. One is from client to F5 and one is from F5 to server, which we talked about server 1, server 2, server 3. Why? What is the advantage, guys, here? So can you see this? F5 has a visibility of every traffic which is coming from client. It will see what is coming in SYN, what is coming in HTTP. So what does it means? It will blink security. So before sending traffic directly to the server, F5 will first handle the connection on his behalf. So it can be SSL traffic, it can be TCP traffic, or it can be HTTP traffic. So F5 will be acting as a proxy here. So first there will be a three-way handshake which will happen between client to F5. One three-way handshake is completed, HTTP request traffic will be sending to the F5. Once F5 will see, okay, F5 will see that this traffic is trusted, then F5 will send traffic to the pool member. So there are two connection. One is client connection and one is server connection. So guys, this is very, very important. Why F5 is known as full proxy? So you can say that F5 is called full proxy because there will be two connection. One is from client to F5, then F5 to the server. So instead of sending traffic directly from client to the server, F5 will first see whether three-way handshake is building, whether there is a virtual server. So until F5 has a virtual server, which I will talk later on this class, F5 cannot send the traffic to the pool member. So there is a term which is called in F5 is listener. So that is called virtual server. So that is how full proxy architecture is. So this is a demo. So I will be just covering overview, but in detail, we will be configuring virtual server and we will see how there will be two connection. One is from client to F5 and one is from F5 to server. Now let's jump into another technology or term. So we are now talking about traffic flow. So let's see how traffic flows. So first traffic will go from client to F5. Let's say this is F5. So first three-way handshake will be built from client to F5. Then see, this is just a logic which is just making it. So I'm just talking about without HTTP. So client traffic will come, SYN packet will be sent, then server will just forward the traffic. So here I'm not talking about F5. F5 is not coming into picture. But when we talk about F5, which I told you, so in that case, first three-way handshake will be built between client to F5. Then there will be a HTTP GET request, which will be sent. And then only three-way handshake is built between server 1, server 2, or server 3. So F5 connect as a layer 3, layer 4, or layer 7. So guys, this is the phenomena which I was discussing about. So my traffic can come from external network or an internal network. So F5 is the device which will distribute load. So this is the architecture. If someone asks you how F5 behaves, so you can just explain them. So these are the client which is coming from internal network. This is a client which is coming from external network. All the traffic will hit to your F5 load balancer. So people will ask you a question, when you access a URL, how the traffic flows. So we will be covering that in detail, like when load balancer is in picture, how the traffic flows. So traffic will always reach to F5, then F5 will decide which server I need to send traffic. Let's say this server is down. F5 will send traffic to this. So this is how the basic pictorial representation which I was discussing about. Let's go further into detail. So this is how guys F5 looks like. So F5 can be deployed as a hardware module. It can be deployed as a virtual edition, or it can be deployed on cloud. So there are three technologies which we will be discussing. First one is hardware, then how to deploy on virtual edition. AWS, I will be just telling you how we can deploy, but it is the same logic like virtual edition. So nowadays, every company is moving into cloud, or they are moving into virtual edition to save their cost. So that is how F5 looks like hardware. So I'm just talking about hardware module right now. So this is how it looks like. Let's jump into the different ports. So we have guys different ports. So first port is management port. This is very important guys. You can take a note of that. Like what are the different ports available in F5, so that once you get an F5 box, you need to how to configure it from scratch. So we will talk in detail when we will start the class, how to configure F5 from scratch. So we have different ports. First one is management port. Then let's jump into the other ports. Then we have console port. So guys, console port is required only when you don't have let's say your F5 box is down and you are not able to access from your network. Then you will ask your engineer, data center engineer, to plug your laptop on your console port. So that where your console port comes into picture. Next one is fan ports. Next one is control port. So I will be discussing everything in detail. What are this port? But you need to understand this is how F5 looks like. So we have Ethernet ports and gigabit ports. This port will help you to connect to switch or uplink switch or router. It depends on your topology. So I will be discussing basic topology like how F5 is connected to the switch. Next one is LCD panel. So this is how F5 looks like. So this question is asked in interview. This question is asked in your production environment. This question is asked in your exam. So you need to know what are the ports, how F5 looks like. So suppose if you're not working in your production environment, you need to know. So people will ask you like which model you have worked on. So we will be covering different modules. So I will be telling you like what are the common models which we are using. Let's jump into another. So guys, we have discussed like how F5 is introduced. So can you see this? Here F5 is not been introduced. So client is directly connected to app server, which we talked about. Now we have introduced full proxy architecture. So can you see this? These are the four advantage which you can tell. First one is performance. Second one is security. Third one is load balance, and fourth one is availability. So can you see this? We have a vast number of users who wants to connect to load balancer. If there is no load balancer in picture, then there will be issues. Your server will get 100% utilized. So that is, we will be discussing this in detail. Now let's discuss this one. Like I'm just showing you like how it looks like. This is how separate connection will be. One connection will be from client to F5. Second connection will be from F5 to server. So see, can you see this? This is very important. TCP is terminating on both sides of connection. One TCP three-way handshake will be built from here. Second one is here. So that is how F5 distribute traffic. Now, this is very, very important. How to configure F5 from scratch. What are the initial setup requirements which you require? So we will be covering this in detail, like how to license F5 box. Let's say you have unboxed F5. So once you unbox, you should have license. So it's not like that. Suppose your license got expired, you will not able to access any features of F5. Without license, F5 will not able. Your customer will face outage. So license is required. Then we should know how to configure management IP, how to configure host name and network part. So we will be covering all these details later on when we come into that part. So this is initial setup, how F5 looks like, how we need to configure license. Suppose you have data center engineer in your environment. You need to ask them to plug your F5 into console port and you need to configure it. So there are 4 parameters you need to configure. First one, you need to configure license, you need to configure management IP, you need to configure host name, and you need to configure network. So this is how F5 looks like. Let me show you F5. So right now I'm using VMware. So I will be showing you like how F5 looks like. So this is how your F5 looks like. So I have deployed this F5 on virtual edition. So we will be covering everything in detail. How to configure virtual server. What is this local traffic? What is this network tab? What is this system tab? So this is where you can configure your IP address, which I was talking about. And guys, people have questions like, do we need a remote lab? No, you only need 8 GB RAM laptop. That's it. Don't spend cost on remote lab. It will charge you extra. So you just need 8 GB RAM and you can configure anything on F5. You just need a license and you can get 30 days license free of cost. You don't need to do any money. I will be helping you from where you can get the license. So it's not like Netscaler or Radware where you need to purchase license and you need to test features. Once you install license, you can practice n number of features. So let me show you where you can check the license. So see guys, your trial lessons, you can configure anything related to LTM, anything related to ASM, anything related to GTM. You can configure anything, guys. You don't need remote lab. You don't need to spend any cost. I will be helping you to set up your lab personally on your laptop. Step by step, we will see from scratch. Now, let me just discuss one or more two topics, then we will have Q&A session. So once this step is configured, you will see F5 as this. Once you can see this, it means your F5 is configured correctly. You got the management access. Then you need to go to network tab. You need to configure interface. We will talk about what is interface, what is self IP, what is VLAN. So guys, you can see external and internal VLAN. Internal VLANs would be the VLAN where server will be there. And external VLAN will be VLAN where your client will connect. So client will first connect to your virtual server. Then virtual server will forward the traffic to server. So let me come into what is virtual server and what is server. Let's discuss that. So F5 guys, F5 has a different term. You need to understand, as seen in the picture, you need to understand what is virtual server, what is pool member, what is node. If you don't know this term, you will not able to understand. So let me go through basic definition of one or two technologies. So guys, this is how your F5 looks like. Let's say I need to configure a website which is called SIA. My customer comes to me and he wants to configure sianets.com behind F5. So first of all, what I need to know? I need to know the IP address. So where I go? I will go to DNS team. I will say, hey, can you assign a virtual server IP address? Can you assign an IP address and tell me so that I can configure my virtual server? So guys, whenever you access any URL, that URL is called virtual server. That is as easy as you can get it. Don't get confused. So virtual server is a listener which will handle your client request. So each virtual server will process client request. So virtual server is a combination of your IP address plus port number. So that is called virtual server. It's a combination of IP address plus port number. So when I go here, I go into virtual server. See guys, I just configured a virtual server with my website. So my URL sianets.com has IP address this. So I will just create a virtual server. I will go to local traffic. I will go to virtual server and we will just assign a new IP address. And rest details, like if I require TCP, HTTP, we will come into detail. So the basic requirement is whenever client want to access any website like sianets.com, there should be a virtual server configured on F5. If we don't have F5 virtual server for sianets.com, then your client traffic will not hit your virtual server. It will directly go to sianets.com server directly. So it will not hit this load balancer. So that's why we require virtual server. So can you see this? Each virtual server, once receive the traffic, it will direct either to this, either to this, either to this. So suppose if you have a load balancer, you should have virtual server configured for each website. Each website means each web application. Now, what is pool? What is pool members? That is another term we need to discuss. So guys, we have seen that we have multiple servers behind F5. So what is it known? This is called node. So node is nothing but an physical IP address of your server. Let's say this is server 1, this is server 2, this is server 3, and this is server 4. So you need to understand node is nothing but just an IP address of your physical server behind F5. So it will just represent as IP address. Either it can be 10.1, depends on your architecture. So it can be your physical or logical. Now let's see what is pool member. So guys, whenever you configure F5, you should have three things in your mind. First, you need to configure virtual server. Second one, you need to configure pool member. Third one is node. And fourth one is pool. So these are the four components which are very important. If you know this, then your 30% task is completed. So we discussed about virtual server, we discussed about node. Now I'm just telling about pool member. So pool member is just an IP address plus port. See your application, let's say you have an application Apache. Okay, Apache application must have some port, right? You have a server, let's say 3 servers. They must be running on some port, right? Let's say I have to configure, my customer comes to me, he wants to see, he tells me that I want to configure Apache server. So what I will ask, hey guys, can you tell me what is the IP address and port number of your servers which you want me to configure? So they will give me IP address plus port number where their service is listening. So pool member is nothing, but it is a service running on a node. So pool member is a combination of node plus port. Port is nothing but a service. Service can be Apache, service can be your FTP application, SNMP, SMTP. That is very, very important. So what I do is, let me show you practically. What I did was, I had a URL which is crnets.com with this IP address. My next task was, I had to configure 3 pool members. So in my topology, what I did was, I configured a virtual server with 3 pool members. So can you see this? So when I go to virtual server, in virtual server, I will go to this virtual server resources tab, and I will assign this pool. So it's as simple. If I talk about client, then F5, then multiple servers. So here I have configured 3 pool members. So if I access website, let me show you. So this is how your website looks like. So if I access again 1.60, so this is how you access and test whether your website is working fine. So see, right now, can you see this? This request is served by server 3. So this is how you can test. You can test every feature before do you deploy. That is how cool F5 load balancer is. Suppose you want to test anything in production environment, first you can configure and test in your lab environment. So that is how load balancer is. Now what I will do, I will be unmuting you all so that you can ask your questions. Thank you.